Hi there, I am XC Beskov. Has it ever happened to you that you progressed quite a bit on a game on your smartphone, but then lost all your progress because you lost your phone, had to reinstall your phone, or had to reinstall the game app? Well, in some cases that can be fun. A lot of fun gaming action that you had already completed just returned to your to-do list. But in other cases, it really sucks. If you were in the middle of some in-game project, or if you completed something but not completed reaping the benefits from it, that's not so fun. And having a backup of the game app usually doesn't help because your progress is stored separately. Well, this happened to me in Temple Run 2, so I poked around a bit and found a solution. You might find this useful for your in-game security and also for some experimenting and poking around inside of the game. The solution I used was to find the game data file and simply take a backup of it, and then you can put it back whenever. So the first step is to connect your phone to your computer. You can also instead install File Manager or similar app. However, please remember that if you take the backup on the phone itself, it won't help if the phone gets stolen or wiped. So in either case, you need to find the save file for your game. In the case of Temple Run 2 on my Android phone, it was located in mnt/sd card/android/com.imangi.templrun2/files, and it was called gamedata.txt. So I simply copied this to my hard drive and renamed it with a date. I'm sure this method works very fine on most Android games. I assume that it also works without problem on Windows 7 smartphones and BlackBerry smartphones and so on. As for iOS smartphones, iPhone and so on, my guess is that it does work, but only if you jailbreak the phone. This method can be used in other ways too, not just for backing up from crashes. For example, in Temple Run 2, there are some in-game characters you can buy for in-game money, and they are really expensive, some of them. So what you can do is to gather the money, take a backup, buy the character and try it out, and then just revert to your old save game. So you lose the character you have already tried, but you get your money back. Might be worth it for some people. I might try it out as well. However, something I will not do is to fiddle around with the text file itself. Your save data is in plain text, so it might be possible to give yourself extra money or extra running miles or whatever. I don't think it is that easy because there's also a lot of strings of numbers and characters. And I assume that they have some safeguards, so if the numbers don't add up, it won't work. I hope they do that. But regardless of how easy or hard it is to hack your save file, I recommend against it. Doing the progress is what makes the game fun. I once encountered a Monty Python game which was simply one button, click here to win the game, and when you clicked there you had won the game and the game was over. That's not much of content. So I personally recommend against that kind of cheating, and if you want to do that, you will have to look for advice from someone else. One final word about Temple Run 2. I'm glad that I have added some more characters lately. They brought back a few characters from Temple Run 1, and they also introduced a new one lately. At the beginning of Temple Run 2, you have two characters to choose from. One white male who is also the default character, no surprise there. One black guy, one white woman, and one Asian woman. Since then, they have added some white guys and some black guys. I think this is really good. For starters, the first black guy, his concept becomes being that inner city cop. I mean, with the introduction of these other two black male characters, the first black male character actually has a concept as opposed to simply being the black guy. So, very good for male, white and black players. I hope in the future they will add even more diversity, add some Asian males and some black females, and please add more Asian females and white females for the same reason, that they become characters more in their own right rather than being just a stereotype. So, well, that's all I have to say for now, and I hope you found my backup advice useful. I could certainly have used it before. And by the way, if you also have experience with Temple Run 2 client crashing like this, do tell me about it. What happened to me was that suddenly my score was reset, I had lost everything, and I could no longer save a game. That is, every time I died and wasn't using those gems anymore, then the game crashed, so nothing was saved. This happened to me twice, all in all. My Android version is, just a second. Yeah, I have Android version 2.3.7. So if you have similar experiences or any other relevant experiences in these fields, please share. And that's all I have to say for now. Live long and prosper.